Well, howdy from California. That's right. I'm here in Ferndale, California. And how did I get to Ferndale, California from Alaska? Well, that'll be another story for another episode. But basically, Ferndale, California is home to the gateway of the Lost Coast of California. That's right. And we're going to be taking some dirt roads through the Lost Coast. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the Lost Coast maybe in the next episode. But the Lost Coast of California is the longest stretch of undeveloped coastline still left in California. It's about it's about 60-ish miles from end to end. But again, I'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But in the meantime, here's Ferndale, California. It's got a very Victorian feel, as you can take a look at the buildings here. And Ferndale was established in the 1850s. A guy named Willard and a couple brothers named Shaw settled in here. They got 5 acres of land from the Indians that were here, and they cleared out a bunch of ferns, thus the name Ferndale. And in the ensuing years, they experimented with trying to grow crops in cold and foggy weather, but as you can see, it's not cold and foggy right now. Eventually the town grew and became actually a pretty big dairy area. In fact, process for wrapping butter in paper, that was actually developed and perfected here in Ferndale. And there's still a big creamery. Don't get run over. There's still a big creamery. I'll show you a picture here as you cross the Eel River to get into town here. But as the years ensued, Ferndale was settled by people from New England, Canada, as far away as Great Britain and Ireland. And then a subsequent wave of immigrants came. A lot of them from Denmark as well as Portugal. In fact, there is still, I'll show you the picture here, there's still a Portuguese hall. Ferndale is also the terminus of the annual kinetic sculpture race. You may have seen this in years past, perhaps in the news or something. It's that crazy race where people build these crazy contraptions. They're all powered, human powered, and they got to race through the streets, into the sand, into the water, and finally make their way up here to Ferndale, where they end the race. It's some of the contractions over the year have been pretty interesting, to say the least. And then another claim to fame of Ferndale is that it's home to the Palace Saloon, which has the claim of being the westernmost bar in the lower 48 states. In fact, let's go, look at this. I don't know if that's decorated always like that, or if they're getting ready for something. Anyway, let's go into the westernmost bar in the lower 48 states. I think we can go in. Okay, so this is the Palace Saloon. Take a look at all this stuff that's here. So the Palace Saloon has been here since, I believe, 1890, and it's continuously been the westernmost saloon or bar in the lower 48 states. And for it being a Thursday afternoon, it certainly is busy, isn't it? But the Palace Saloon, the westernmost bar in the lower 48 states. See you later. Now let's see what else we can find out here. Now that we've got a little bit more sun, you can see a little bit more of the architecture in town. And like a small town, a lot of these businesses are closing up shop for the night. It's I think almost 5 o'clock. So they're shutting down for the day. So that's your tour of Ferndale, California. And we're going to be heading onto the Lost Coast and take a couple days to drive that down the dirt roads, and we'll see what kind of shape they're in. Got a whole bunch of rain here last week, so hopefully it's dried out a bit and we don't get stuck. So let's go on to the Lost Coast, and see if there's a place to camp down the way on the beach, maybe, huh? Okay, as you can see, got the jacket on, so made the decision to check it out, which means that